I. Every source within the first 400 years that states Polycarp knew the apostles, especially John. 1. Irenaeus of Lyons, c. AD 130-202, Against Heresies, 3.3.4, open quote. Polycarp also was not only instructed by apostles and conversed with many who had seen Christ, but was also, by apostles in Asia, appointed bishop of the church in Smyrna. I can tell the place where the blessed Polycarp sat and taught, and how he reported his intercourse with John and with the others who had seen the Lord. Close quote. Letter to Florinus, preserved in Eusebius, Church History 520.48. Open quote. I saw you when I was still a boy in Lower Asia in Polycarp's company. How he spoke of his familiar intercourse with John and with the rest of those who had seen the Lord. Polycarp related all things in harmony with the scriptures. Close quote. 2. Polycrates of Ephesus, c. AD 130-196. Letter to Victor of Rome, Eusebius, Church History 5.243. Open quote. John, who leaned on the Lord's breast, fell asleep at Ephesus, and Polycarp in Smyrna, a bishop and martyr. Close quote. 3. Tertullian, c. AD 155-220. Tashtar Prescription Against Heretics, 32, open quote. The Church of Smyrna records that Polycarp was placed there by John. Close quote. Number 4. Clement of Alexandria, c. AD 150-215. Quis Dives Salvator 42, open quote. Listen to a tale which is not a tale but a true account handed down concerning John the Apostle. Close tradition received from the Asian churches connected to Polycarp. Number 5. Hippolytus of Rome, c. AD 170-235. On the 12 apostles, open quote, John slept at Ephesus. 6. Eusebius of Caesarea, c. AD 260-339. Church History 3.36.1, open quote. Polycarp, who was an intimate associate of the apostles and conversant with many who had seen the Lord, close quote. 7. Jerome, c. AD 347-420. De Veris Illustribus 17, open quote. Polycarp, disciple of the apostle John, and by him ordained bishop of Smyrna, close quote. Summary of section The Fun as they stated it. Polycarp knew the apostles. John the Apostle is named explicitly. This testimony is unanimous within 400 years. 2. Every source within the first 400 years that supports Irenaeus' connection to Polycarp. 1. Irenaeus, primary witness, Against Heresies 3.3.4, open quote. I also saw Polycarp in my early youth. I distinctly remember the events of that time. Close quote. Letter to Florinus, Eusebius, Church History 5.20.48. Open quote. These doctrines, Florinus, I learned not from books, but from the living voice, from Polycarp. Close quote. 2. Eusebius of Caesarea, Church History 5.26. Open quote. Irenaeus proves that he was a hearer of Polycarp. Close quote. 3. Jerome De Veris Illustribus 35. Open quote. Irenaeus, a disciple of Polycarp, the disciple of John the Apostle. Close quote. Summary of Section 2, as they stated it. Irenaeus personally heard Polycarp. This was publicly known and preserved. No competing testimony exists in the first 400 years. 3. The chain, as the early church stated it. Open quote. John the Apostle, Polycarp of Smyrna, Irenaeus of Lyons, close quote. Asserted by Irenaeus, confirmed by Tertullian, preserved by Eusebius, reaffirmed by Jerome.